Welcome to Looking at the Markets. I want to show you the stocks that I'll be looking at for the coming week. These are daily candlestick charts provided by finviz.com. Let's start with Amazon stock. AMZN is the stock ticker symbol. And I like this one where it is, or where it landed on Friday, I should say. Amazon stock bounced right off of 90, or pretty close to it. And it's bounced off of 90 before, or at least it's held it. And that's a pretty good level, I'd say, for this stock because it's been quite a lot higher than that. There is some resistance at, let's say, 102, 103, something like that. So if you want to wait until it pops above 103, you could. But I like to buy at lower prices, not at higher prices most of the time. So it's possible to start scaling in and then see how it behaves around the low 100s to see if you want to scale in some more. That's up to you, though. You always have to make your own decisions, do your own due diligence. Don't ever buy a stock just because somebody in a video likes it. That's not a reason. So the next one is Verizon, VZ stock. And it landed at around 38, and that seems to be an important level. It's almost like a magnet. VZ, Verizon stock, seems to keep coming back to 38 again and again. This is an interesting looking candle, wouldn't you agree? But normally Verizon stock isn't this volatile. Usually it prints smaller candles, doesn't move that much. So yeah, 38, it's not a bad level. Just be aware there may be resistance at 42, something to think about. So again, scaling in is an option if you want to do that. AI stock, C3 AI. Now this one I want to be cautionary on because it's up near a resistance level here. The last time it went up, AI stock went up into the 30s or even the high 20s, upper 20s. It then fell back down to almost 20. So it gapped up quite a bit. I understand. Yeah, the buyers are in charge and the sellers are in trouble, or at least they were on Friday. That doesn't mean you necessarily want to get in here. I don't normally get into a stock after it went up 33% in a single day. There are exceptions, but I'm being cautious here. Costco stock, COST. You can see where the level is. Can you see it? Yeah, $450. Look at how it bounced off of it powerfully over here, and then over here, and then over here. I mean, this is pretty solid. Now, there are no guarantees in the stock market. Costco stock could get down to 450 and then fall below it. But even when that happened back here, it went back up. So who knows what the future holds, but I want to see it get down to 450 and then I'll consider a position. I know there's a descending triangle here. I see it. But if it gets to 450, there seems like there's solid support there. Google stock, GOOGL. I'm seeing resistance, former support, now resistance for Google stock at 105, we'll call it. But I also see a rising support level here. And so, yeah, it's looking pretty good. I like it in the 90s. Just be aware of that resistance at 105. Is it buyable here? I'm looking at it. It's looking pretty good. I would like to see it come down to this rising support level, though. So I'm going to be patient with it. You could buy it there if you wanted to, or you could just wait. Personally, I'm waiting. Unity software stock. U is the stock ticker symbol. This is a pretty good level, around 30. Seems like a very important level here. Yeah, especially, well, there's a level here at 32.50 that's very significant for support over here, but now maybe resistance. So it's not a bad price. I mean, look how high it's been. Unity stock has been at nearly 100 in the past few months or so, past year, let's call it. So long term, this is a pretty good price. I like the way it's starting to curl up a little bit there. If you want to only scale in a tiny bit because there may be resistance right up ahead in the low 30s and then again at 40. So you don't have to go in, you don't have to load the boat on anything is what I'm trying to say. All right, it's possible to scale in slowly and be cautious while still having a long position. Enphase Energy stock, ENPH. Bounced right off of that $200 level. I like that price action there. $200 was very significant back here. It's becoming significant again. People probably weren't thinking about $200 when it went to 300 and above. But as soon as you think a stock can't go back down, the market will often surprise you. So I think this is an opportunity. This looks pretty good, Enphase Energy stock. And Coinbase stock, COIN, you want to watch Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies if you're going to trade Coinbase stock. Yeah, so be aware of the cryptocurrency markets. This is not just your ordinary stock. It's tied to the cryptos. Yeah, I like it where it is now. I understand that there's this declining resistance level here, according to FinViz at least, but it's holding 60 very well. Yeah, 60 is very important. Look how it was support and then resistance, then support, now support again. Yeah, it's looking pretty good here. This thing could go above, could double to 130, 140, 160 even. So it depends on Bitcoin's price action as well. If I had to pick one that I like the most, I'd say Amazon. Yeah, this looks good in the 90s. It really does. And so scaling in, once again, it's a possibility. If somebody wanted to start buying on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then see how it behaves in the low 100s if it gets there, and then maybe scale in more if the price action is constructive, that's a possibility. Targeting 140, 150, even 160 possibly for the longer term. If you're a swing trader, you don't have to be that greedy. Okay, greed is not a healthy emotion for the financial markets. All right, so I hope this is helpful to you. A lot of thoughts here and some opportunities. So be cautious, please be careful. Have an exit strategy. And thanks a lot for watching and listening. I will talk to you again soon.